Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. In the months since the formation of the Ministry of National Security, I've taken the opportunity to consider the means by which we can continue the good work already done by those agencies responsible for border control and, where possible, to improve upon their efforts. The professional men and women of the uniformed services have some strong views about how best to police our borders. I intend to listen to them, to take full account of best practice, and where necessary, enhance existing methods to better reflect the rapidly changing dynamic of the criminal enterprise that threatens the community in which we live. Not surprisingly, a key element in the fight against crime and in the area of border control is cooperation between agencies. Strong relationships exist, and it is as a result of these common interests that we have seen in recent months high-profile seizure of drugs and currency, resulting in suspects being charged and convicted in the courts. You will already be aware of the arrest of 3 Bermudians last month on the high seas and the confiscation of $13 million of illicit drugs. This investigation began in Bermuda and is a direct result of the collaborative efforts of law enforcement locally and our American and Caribbean partners. I'm pleased to advise today that as a result of similar cooperative efforts, the Joint Intelligence Unit of HM Customs has seized almost $60,000 in the fourth quarter of 2010. This sum represents currency seized as a result of illegal activity. It is handed to the police pending any subsequent proceedings and is thereafter deposited into the confiscated assets fund. In total, $190,483 was seized in 2010. The Commissioner of Police is unable to join me today, but I'm joined by the Collector of Customs, Mrs. De Silva, and Assistant Collector, Mr. Pearman, to represent those officers who attended an important meeting in Port of Spain, Trinidad last month. This regional meeting was co-chaired by the Caribbean Community Implementation Agency for Crime and Security and the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. The meeting dealt with the pressing issues of drug trafficking and related organized crime in the Caribbean region. Participants in the meeting welcomed the commitment of the UN Office in developing a transnational organized crime threat assessment for the Caribbean and Central American regions. This will be an important instrument in improving knowledge of drug trafficking and organized crime in the region. Our 2 officers jointly presented on risks, threats, and answers at work in different countries. Attendees resolved that they would meet again in the first quarter of 2011 to provide a renewed focus on the issues of drug trafficking, border security, crime prevention, and legal reforms. In the period between meetings, member states will continue to work together in the sharing of information and resources. The drug trade is, by its very nature, a wide network of activity, and regional partners play an important role in crime prevention. Border control in Bermuda is increasingly important in the fight on crime here at home. Addressing the social preventive issues is the remit of my colleague, Minister Blakeney. But the Ministry of National Security must exercise preventive measures as well. Our maritime capabilities, the intelligent deployment of customs officers, with reference to predictable seasonal trends, and the ability to act on intelligence will figure prominently in how we develop the approach to border control. Many of the strategies that will be pursued will obviously not be divulged in the public domain. But I wish to assure the people of Bermuda that I am keenly aware of the areas in need of improvement and that I will not be long in addressing them. This government has a responsibility to provide safe communities, and to the extent that we can prevent guns and drugs from entering the island, we will do so. Again, I wish to thank those men and women who protect our borders daily. All of Bermuda respects their work, and I am committed to ensuring that their experience and effort realize maximum results. Thank you.